Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Dining Services Town Hall. We have a full agenda for you today. My name is DaNesha Allen, Director of Food Service, and to go ahead and get us started, I am going to pass it to our Vice President of Operations for Chartwells, Charles Pereira. Hi, Charles.
Hi, and good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for your time today. If we could advance to the next slide, I just wanted to highlight some key changes happening within dining. Some of it has already occurred, and some are forthcoming. So from left to right, we just wanted to introduce Jasmine. Jasmine Bullock is our new Senior Catering Director. She joined us in early January and is off to a running start supporting all catering across the University of Houston system. Hopefully, all of you have by now visited the RAD Center. We're excited that we've been able to get phase one open, and we currently have the RAD Center Market and the Nook Coffee concept open and available. So we're excited to have phase one up and running, and also even more excited to have it fully opened in the fall with all the other concepts. UH Dining, we did go cashless effective January 1, 2024. So if you have not seen, we do have what we call a ready credit machine. It's a reverse ATM. So for those guests who have cash and do not have a credit, debit card, Apple Pay, or Google Pay, all of which we accept, they can take that cash to the ATM machine, the reverse ATM machine. It's located right outside of Mondo Subs in the Student Center. And to no cost to the guests, they can deposit cash and receive a debit card that they can utilize on campus, as well as any other merchant across the nation that accepts a Visa debit card. We also worked in coordination with the Food Service Advisory Committee and the Student Government Association to transition our market stores to a plastic-free or plastic bag-free environment. So we no longer offer or utilize plastic bags in those stores. We do have a reusable market tote that's shown here, and we also have a paper bag. Both are an additional cost to the guest, and we've worked through that program and put through our advisory committees, and it's been well received thus far. We also made a change in the beginning of the spring semester, converting all of our proteins at Asado to be all halal proteins. This was just, again, some feedback that we got from the community who is, in high demand of halal proteins. And we felt like it would be great to have a location dedicated with all proteins featuring halal requirements. We also introduced a new station at Cougar Woods called Spice Den. We're focused on providing authentic Indian cuisine. It was a foodprint item that we were missing in our portfolio, and we felt like this would be a good way to introduce another diverse food service option. We feature a rotating menu daily. So some days there will be vegan and vegetarian entrees, and other days we will have things like chicken tikka masala or butter chicken, etc. So excited to have a lot of these additions to the program this year. On the next slide, we just have a nice video that our marketing team developed introducing the RAD Center to the community, and we'll play it here. Awesome. Thank you for that. Yeah, we just wanted to highlight there's been a lot of work, time, and effort dedicated to developing this building. We've worked with a lot of advisory committees and gotten feedback, and we're excited to have at least two concepts open there now. And our partnership with the Nook is a continuation or extension of the service that they already provide on the campus. And providing a market store at this particular part of campus provides a great amenity to a lot of neighboring buildings that currently didn't have food service options close by. So we're excited to have these options available to the community now and for the rest of the semester. On the next slide, I think we cover a few more retail updates that we just wanted to highlight with the group. So we are undergoing what we call a brand refresh at Einstein's over the summer. So we'll expect to see some new FF&E, so new furniture, new painting, new light fixtures. We're introducing some technology to support a better and faster customer service experience. and some equipment changes to adhere to some of the changes the brand has put forth over the last couple of years. Einstein's continues to be a really well-received concept on campus, and we therefore feel it's important to upkeep the brand standards and the performance of the concept. We're also in the final stages of introducing Shake Smart to the campus. This will be located in the rec center where the previous Smoothie King was located. We're in the final stages and we'll hopefully have the concept open towards the last week or so of March, pending a few minor details we're going through right now. But again, it would be a smoothie and smoothie bowl concept. There are currently in over 50 college campuses across the nation. Texas State University, Texas A&M University, and UT Austin, all to name a few of our neighbors. We also wanted to take the time to just acknowledge, we know that McDonald's was closed for a couple of days earlier in the week, and there was some chatter about reasoning behind it, and we wanted to take the opportunity to clarify that we did have some mechanical challenges within the space and prevented us from safely operating. So we made the decision to close for a couple of days until the repairs could be completed, which they have been and have been reopened to the public. So just wanted to highlight that. We are also in the final stages of introducing another barbecue concept on campus called What It Do Barbecue. This will be slated in the place where Taco Cabana previously occupied, so right across from the TDECU football stadium. So we are excited again to bring another food service option. This will be a sit-down dining experience or a takeout experience. We have, dining furniture. It's a full-service restaurant there, and we also will have this available on our mobile ordering platform as well as our Starship delivery platform. Food trucks, we just wanted to notify the campus community that we're continuing to evaluate the program with the expansion of the concepts that we've shared here thus far, as well as fully opening the Rad Center in the fall. We want to ensure that we're not oversupplied with regards to food service options on campus and not diluting some of our brick and mortar restaurants. So we're just evaluating the locations, the frequency, as well as how many trucks will service and provide service to the campus. We haven't made a final decision yet, but we're continuing to evaluate the program and seeking feedback from our advisory committees as we always do. And lastly, Wild Blue, they've been our sushi partner on campus for several years. They were previously located in the Satellite. They're currently located in the Loft Market store. They develop rice bowls, sushi rolls, dumplings, etc., and they provide that across the campus in all of our market stores. We're excited to give them a full-service brick-and-mortar restaurant in the fall. They will be located in the former Tia space. So for those of you who are not familiar, it's attached to the Welcome Center garage, very close to McAllister's. So we're going to have an addition of boba tea and a continuation of their other items, such as rice bowls, sushi bowls, poke bowls, sushi rolls, dumplings, etc. So one of the key things that they'll be adding is boba tea, which we think will be well received in the campus. So we're excited to partner with them and extend that. We wanted to take an opportunity to share some spring break hours. With the change of the campus, we always adjust our hours of operation to reflect the decrease in campus activity over a break week. So we're closing Moody Dining today at 10 p.m. and we'll be reopening it on Sunday, the 17th of March, and they'll reopen at 11 a.m. and transition back to 24-hour service. And in the interim throughout the spring break, we'll be running Cougar Woods with the hours listed there of 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. This will also allow us some time to take on some, deep cleaning projects as well as any facility needs within the building. Running a 24/7 operation put some challenges on, completing work orders and different tasks that need to maintain the infrastructure of the building and upkeep. So this week coming, we'll be utilizing that time to perform some of those dedicated tasks. And I think lastly, we just wanted to highlight every month we do this calendar and share with all of our key stakeholders. And whenever we have the opportunity to represent and reiterate, we take that. So just a few things I want to call out. We do have our first celebrated Holi, the Festival of Colors. It'll be at Cougar Woods during lunch on March the 26th. And we also have another farmers market upcoming on the 20th of March, as well as several limited time offers and specials and bundles throughout the month. And I think those were some of the key dining highlights I wanted to share. And I'll turn it over to you, Alyssa.
No, thank you so much, Charles. Hi, everyone. My name is Alyssa Green. I'm a senior this year, and I have the honor of being the chair for Food Services Advisory Committee. So I'll be going over fair value assessment, which is essentially all the work that Chartwells, who's in charge of all of our dining and retail, so I'll be going over that to basically tell you guys how we come to our recommendation for our meal plan rate increases, as well as just the numbers and research that goes into coming to those numbers that you guys will be seeing for next year. So if we go to the first slide. So this is always done through a benchmark exercise, and that's to see where we are currently in our current market for college meal plan prices. So this is in comparison to similar universities of similar size, as well as like national brands, and then also to taking into account inflation and labor costs. Pricing models along with market analysis were completed to arrive at our recommended meal plan. So you can kind of see the previous pricing history from last year. The adjustment was 4.3%. And just contract details, whenever they do these benchmarking exercises, they have to blend ECI and CPI, which we'll get into a little bit later to see exactly what those numbers are to get at the recommendations for the rate increase. Now, if I can get the next slide, please. So talking about market trends, next slide. We'll be going straight into talking about labor and product inflation. So those are those two numbers I was talking about earlier. ECI being the employment cost index, which is looking at labor. So looking at our competitors to basically fund the people who run our dining projects. So for instance, any of the workers in say Moody Dining or Cougar Woods, we're trying to see, what is that competitive pay and how can we be in those spaces. So there's been a 5.5% increase in labor costs as of this year compared to last year. And then looking at the consumer price index, which is CPI. So this is just the cost for our suppliers. So for all the Coke products on campus, CFS Brands is basically all the dining ware that we use in all of our dining halls. And so with CPI, there was an increase of 6.7% over the last year. And so just keep those numbers in mind because we blend those together to come to the recommendation, like I was saying before. And then talking about benchmarking, my favorite part. So this is our comparison between like institutions. So for this benchmarking exercise, we looked at Texas A&M University, Baylor University, SMU, TCU, as well as Trinity. So they're all universities in Texas with large student populations, just like the University of Houston. And our overall dining program and experience are the most similar to these universities. So this is typically why they're chosen in our benchmarking exercise. Now, looking at our market value by meal plan, I always love to point this out, so I think it's incredible. As students, we have access to a 24/7 meal plan, and we are, the only university in Texas to have a 24/7 meal plan. So with all of our meal plans, whether you be on Block 100 or be a 24/7 gold plan, we are below market price. And what does that mean? So on average, we're less than 7.5, we're on average less than 7.5% than similar colleges and universities across all of our meal plans. And you can observe that just by looking at these numbers that we have here. But this is also based on the price per meal calculation. So price per meal, the way that they calculate it is price per your plan minus the declining balance, then divided by the number of meals that you get for that plan. And so that's how they came to this number. Now, looking at local market price range, so this is where we're falling in comparison to the other universities that I listed before. So Texas A&M, SMU, Baylor, TCU. So in comparison, we at the University of Houston are the little star on your screen. We are falling well below, like I said, that average market price, but then also falling well below where those other universities have their prices at. So we really want to emphasize the value that we get out of those 24/7 meal plans, right? They're still below that average market price, as well as still being at a reasonable rate to be able to give us the amazing dining program, and as well as some of the amazing opportunities that we're bringing to UH Dining for students to be able to enjoy in the upcoming year. Now looking at our national price movement. So this is where we fall in comparison to other like major brands. So for instance, Panda Express, Cava, your Chipotle's, your Chick-fil-A's. Our region is the South. So we've seen a 9.9% increase in price. And this is just really looking at that inflation. So this is the increase over the past 12 months. On average, it's been an 11.5% increase over all the regions. But as you can see, like I said, inflation is hitting everybody, and specifically with those fast food and retail dining brands as well. Now, just to recap everything that I said, I know I threw out a lot of numbers. So first, like I said, that contract Chartwells is obligated to use a blend of the employment cost index as well as the consumer price index when it comes to giving their rate increase recommendation. Costs, as we recapped earlier, CPI was at 6.7, ECI was at a 5.5% increase, and then the food service customized rate, when you add those all together, the aggregate is going to come at a 6% increase as the recommended rate. Now, once again, looking at our benchmarking and the value of our meal plan, we are well below the market averages for our limited plans as well as our block plans. And so being able to both keep the value of our meal plan using that 24/7 availability, as well as the variety of the options that we have on campus, as well as being able to fund the amazing opportunities is how we came to an aggregate of a 6.7% increase. Like I said, considering the blend of ECI, the just inflation that we've experienced over the nation in the past year, as well as just bringing the value to you guys and continuing to expand our dining program and what we have available on campus. So that leads us to the next slide, which brings us to actual numbers. We are in 2023, 2024 now. Our proposed meal plan rate increase is at a 5.6%. Now it's 5.6, which is less than 6%, because that's taking into account the Cougar Cash meal plans as well. So for all of our meal plans, you can see about an increase of around $200 for most of them. It's a little less for the block plans. However, that's considering all of the benchmarking exercises that we've done, which, like I said, we're still below in comparison to other universities, as well as just trying to, serve our students, and with the increased demand for diversity in our UH dining program. These are the numbers that we're coming with. And like I said, just as a student, knowing this information for me is like the most important to understanding why we have these increases, but also to just understanding the thought process and the amount of time and energy it takes to think about these increases, to understand what it's funding, and where we're going in the future.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Alyssa. And yeah, we just wanted to end with always a plug to follow us on our social platforms at UH Foodie. And I guess DaNesha will open it up for any questions.
Yes, if you have any questions, go ahead and submit them via the chat. And thank you both, Charles and Alyssa. You both did a great job. And we're super excited about all of the things that we have going on in our dining program right now. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. It looks like there are no questions in the chat. Hopefully everyone has a great day, and thank you again for joining us.
Thank you.